In the quiet of the early morning, when the world was still wrapped in a soft blanket of dawn, Thomas sat at his kitchen table, staring at the steam rising from his mug of coffee. The aroma filled the air, a familiar comfort that momentarily masked the unease swirling within him. At 52, he found himself at a crossroads, a juncture where the past met the present with an intensity that left him both reflective and anxious. The sunlight began to filter through the window, casting a warm glow on the worn wooden table, a testament to years of family breakfasts, late-night discussions, and moments of solitude. Yet, as he sipped his coffee, Thomas couldn't shake the feeling that he was running out of time. His thoughts drifted back to his youth, a time when dreams felt limitless. He remembered the ambitious college student, brimming with ideas, ready to take on the world. He had envisioned a life filled with adventure, financial security, and a legacy that would make his parents proud. Yet, as he sat there, the weight of missed opportunities pressed down on him like a heavy stone. He recalled the countless times he had chosen stability over risk, the safe job over the entrepreneurial leap, and how each decision, while sensible at the moment, had gradually chipped away at his dreams. The financial regrets were the hardest to swallow. Thomas had always been practical, saving what little he could, investing in a modest retirement fund, and adhering to the mantra of living within his means. But now, with retirement looming on the horizon, he felt the sting of inadequacy. His savings were meager, his investments lackluster, and the nagging doubt that he had squandered his chance to build wealth loomed large. He tried to silence the inner critic, the voice that reminded him of the opportunities he had let slip through his fingers. Real estate ventures he had shied away from, stocks he had hesitated to buy, and the entrepreneurial ideas he had dismissed as impractical. Yet, as the morning light brightened, a flicker of realization began to dawn within him. Perhaps this stage of life was not merely an end, but a new beginning. The wisdom gained from his experiences, both good and bad, was a treasure he had yet to fully appreciate. He had spent years adhering to societal expectations, climbing the corporate ladder, providing for his family, conforming to the roles that had been prescribed to him. But now, he sensed a shift, a recognition that his age brought with it unique advantages, a wealth of knowledge, a network of connections, and a clearer understanding of what truly mattered. With this newfound perspective, Thomas began to reframe his reality. He could no longer afford to dwell on the past. Instead, he would embrace the present with a renewed sense of purpose. He thought of the values that had always guided him: integrity, hard work, and a deep sense of community. It was time to align his actions with those principles, to redefine what wealth meant to him. It was not merely about accumulating money, it was about the freedom to pursue passions, the ability to support others, and the joy of experiences that enriched his life and the lives of those around him. Determined to take control of his financial narrative, Thomas devised a plan. He committed to saving aggressively, setting aside a portion of his paycheck each month, a practice he had always adhered to, but now with a renewed fervor. He began to educate himself about investments, seeking out opportunities that aligned with his values and aspirations. He realized that his skills, honed over decades in marketing and sales, could be monetized in ways he had never considered. Freelancing, consulting, and teaching others became avenues through which he could generate additional income. As he took these strategic steps, a sense of empowerment began to replace the anxiety that had plagued him. He started to see progress, small victories that reignited his hope. Each dollar saved was a step toward financial independence. Each project completed was a testament to his capabilities. He found joy in the process of learning, engaging with financial literature, attending workshops, and connecting with others on similar journeys. It was exhilarating to share ideas, to brainstorm with like-minded individuals who were also seeking to redefine their financial futures. But Thomas's journey was not solely about personal gain. He felt a deep-seated urge to give back to his community, to create a legacy that extended beyond his own life. He began volunteering at local organizations, sharing his expertise with those who were just starting their financial journeys. He realized that wealth was not just about what one accumulated, but also about what one contributed. The more he engaged with others, the more he understood the profound impact of mentorship, of sharing knowledge and resources to uplift those around him. One evening, as he prepared for a community workshop on financial literacy, Thomas stood in front of the mirror, a wave of determination washing over him. He was no longer the man burdened by regrets. He was a beacon of hope, ready to inspire others to step into their power. He recalled the faces of those who had attended his previous workshops, young adults eager to learn, single parents striving for stability, retirees seeking new paths. Each story resonated with him, a reminder that everyone had their own struggles, their own missed opportunities, but also the potential for transformation. The night of the workshop arrived, and as he stood before the audience, he felt a surge of energy. He shared his story, his struggles, and the lessons he had learned along the way. He spoke passionately about the importance of financial literacy, of understanding one's worth, and of making intentional choices that aligned with personal values. He encouraged them to embrace their journeys, to let go of the fear of failure, and to recognize that it was never too late to pursue abundance and satisfaction in life. In that moment, something shifted within him. He realized that his own journey was not just about rewriting his financial story. It was about creating a ripple effect, inspiring others to take charge of their lives. He saw the hope in their eyes, the spark of possibility igniting within them, and it filled him with a profound sense of purpose. As the workshop concluded, Thomas stood at the metaphorical crossroads he had envisioned earlier. But now it felt different. He was not merely contemplating a choice. He was embracing a path forward, one filled with potential and promise. The weight of his past regrets began to lift, replaced by a sense of resilience and empowerment. He understood that he had the ability to shape his future, to redefine what wealth meant, and to create a legacy that would extend far beyond his own life. In the weeks that followed, Thomas continued to take intentional actions. He dove deeper into investing, seeking out opportunities that resonated with his values. He connected with local entrepreneurs, learning from their successes and setbacks. He saved aggressively, watched his investments grow, and felt a renewed sense of control over his financial destiny. The progress was slow, but it was steady, and with each step, he felt more confident in his ability to navigate the complexities of wealth creation. As he engaged with his community, he found joy in the connections he made. He mentored young adults, helping them to understand the importance of financial literacy and encouraging them to pursue their dreams. He organized workshops, creating spaces for open dialogue about money, aspirations, and the barriers that often held people back. The stories shared in those sessions became a tapestry of resilience, a reminder that everyone was on their own unique journey and that it was never too late to rewrite their narratives. One sunny afternoon, as he walked through the park, Thomas reflected on how far he had come. The doubts that once consumed him had transformed into a sense of purpose. He no longer viewed his age as a limitation, but as an asset, a reservoir of wisdom and experience that he could draw upon. He understood that the journey of self-discovery was ongoing, and that each day presented an opportunity to learn, grow, and contribute. In that moment of clarity, he made a promise to himself. He would continue to embrace this new chapter of his life with an open heart and an adventurous spirit. He would seek out new experiences, travel to places he had always dreamed of visiting, and engage with people who inspired him. He would redefine wealth to include not just financial security, but the richness of relationships, experiences, and the joy of giving back. As the seasons changed, so did Thomas. He found himself surrounded by a community of like-minded individuals, all striving to create meaningful lives. Together, they shared successes, setbacks, and the lessons learned along the way. They celebrated milestones, both big and small, and supported one another through challenges. Thomas realized that he was no longer alone in his journey. He had forged connections that enriched his life, and fueled his passion for growth. The culmination of his journey came when he decided to launch a community initiative focused on financial literacy and empowerment. With the support of his newfound friends, he organized events, workshops, and mentorship programs aimed at helping individuals from all walks of life take control of their financial futures. He felt a sense of fulfillment in knowing that he was making a difference, that his story was now intertwined with the stories of others who were eager to rewrite their narratives. As he stood before a crowd at the inaugural event, Thomas felt a wave of gratitude wash over him. He reflected on the journey that had brought him to this moment, the struggles, the regrets, the triumphs, and the connections he had made. He understood that life was not just about the accumulation of wealth, but about the impact one could have on others. He spoke passionately about the importance of financial literacy, of understanding one's worth, and of the power of community. In the end, Thomas's narrative resonated with hope and empowerment. He encouraged those around him to reflect on their own financial journeys, to embrace their potential for transformation, and to recognize that it was never too late to pursue abundance and satisfaction in life. The applause that followed was a testament to the connections forged, the lives touched, and the collective commitment to rewriting their stories. As he stepped down from the stage, Thomas felt a profound sense of peace. He had come full circle, from a man burdened by regrets to a beacon of hope for others. His journey was not just about personal gain, it was about creating a legacy, giving back, and inspiring others to step into their power. He understood that the path ahead was filled with possibilities, and he was ready to embrace it with open arms, knowing that each day was a new opportunity to live fully and authentically.